Let's bring him in. It's Craig Bolanos. Is he there? There he is. He's the founding partner and CEO of the Wealth Management Group. No, he's not. VestGen. Man, we have to change that. Thanks for coming on, Craig.
Scott, don't worry about it. Co-founder of VestGen Wealth Partners. But yes, what a story. Even though the year-over-year change in inflation is significantly better than it once was, you look at Americans' top three complaints, it's food, it's housing, and it's health care, and we got to make some changes.
Well, yeah, we have, okay, and Social Security's gone, right? I mean, I don't care what anybody says. There's just a bunch of IOUs at the bottom of that pan. So where do we stand when, how do we get out of the fact that we've got half of America, 59% of America is the actual number, doesn't have $1,000 around for an emergency expense, and half of America doesn't have anything in retirement?
Well, the sheer irony of the entire problem is how incredibly low the headline unemployment numbers are right now with people that are struggling. It just shouldn't be the case. But Scott, if you said to me, how are we going to get the genie back in the bottle at this point in time? I think the only way to do it is honestly through financial education. And this is going to sound so cliche, Scott, but I can't change the price of housing. I can't change the price of food. I don't work with the government. I'm not doing anything with healthcare. But what we can do is have people start understanding the difference between needs and wants, because somewhere along the way, we in America, we're such great consumers. We've turned into this borrower nation, not just as a country, but us as individuals, as consumers, and we got to stop that. I think everyone needs a budget.
Well, they do, and that comes from education, like you just said. But another thing I want to blame it on is I think social media is a horrible influence. That just advertises what you don't have. Everybody's got the new car picture. How about these people that are now going to airports and taking their pictures next to private jets that they had no intention of getting in? They just wanted to put out over social media them looking like they're getting into a private jet. That's putting a lot of pressure on everybody out there to try to keep up with the Joneses that are on the internet. And I think that's breaking a lot of banks.
You know what? I've seen it in my 20-somethings-year-old, and, I just think to myself, my heavens, if they rode dirt bikes all day and drank from garden hoses, would they actually be able to survive in today's environment? I mean, given Insta, given, you name the social media platform that's out there. But that does come down to these basic needs versus wants. So here's what I think could happen, Scott. If I were to wave my magic wand, here's what I need. I need the current administration to start talking about needs and wants. That means fiscal discipline coming out of Congress. It starts at the top down.
Sure does.
Then what I need is every American to wake up today. We're still in January of 2025, and I want them to say, our viewers right now, what's your why? Right? And why is that important to you? If you want to get retired and stay retired, there is no tomorrow, there is no next week, there is no next month. Let's start telling our money where to go instead of wondering where it went. That's a budget. And then when you back that with robust investments and disciplines, guess what? You eventually get there. It just takes a little bit of time.
Real quick, I mean, you talk to everybody about their retirements, and they come to see you about what they should be doing. How often do you find somebody that is fully prepared for retirement versus got no clue?
At VestGen Wealth Partners, it's becoming less and less the norm that people are sufficiently capitalized. But the reality is we believe in a family office for everybody, Scott. And I just tell people it's never too late. So if you feel that you're behind the eight ball, you haven't saved up to your potential, you haven't invested with the discipline that's required to consistently win, all of that can change. It's within each of our own powers to change. We just need to get it started, and we can't point fingers at him or her or anybody. I think for all of us, when it comes to personal finance, it's oftentimes you against you, and sometimes we just need to get ourselves, the you, out of the way.
I agree. Great stuff as usual. Super content. Thank you very much. Craig Bolanos, he's coming to us from Chicago. Thanks, Craig. Let's go take a look at those.